rooms, where he finds lots of drawings and instruments. David catches him looking at some flutes he made himself and decides to teach him how to play them. It turns out that because David had been such a rebel, the new models like Walter were made without the capacity to create. Afterward, David takes Walter outside and he begins remembering the day he arrived here. Unlike what he told the others, the black liquid hadn't fallen by accident. He released it on purpose and coldly watched how the local population was entirely consumed in a matter of seconds. After quoting a poem about Ozymandias that credits to Byron, David shows Walter Shaw's grave, saying he loved her. Walter doesn't believe him because they're androids and says David is confusing duty with love. Moments later, the now fully grown neomorph sneaks inside the temple and appears in front of one of the crew members. She tries reaching for her gun, but the neomorph is faster and immediately kills her. While the Covenant shakily crosses the storm and finally makes contact with the team, David finds the neomorph feeding on the body and manages to communicate peacefully with it. However, Orym interrupts and immediately shoots the neomorph, making David furious. Noticing this weird reaction, Orym demands to know the real story of what's going on. David leads him to a laboratory where he shows him his efforts to genetically engineer a superior life form from the creatures spawned by the black liquid. Then he leads Orym into a chamber in the lower levels of the temple, where several eggs of his creation live. David swears it's perfectly safe and Orym takes a closer look, only for the egg to open and a facehugger jumps out to attack and impregnate him. In the meantime, the team is getting ready to leave and notices they're missing people. They find the body of their friend and decide they need to find Orym immediately. Moments later, David tells Orym that his goal and belief is creation and watches how another alien burst out of Orym's chest, instantly killing him. David bonds with the little guy, proud of being a creator too. Walter goes looking for Orym too and ends up finding Shaw's dissected body, which was used by David as material for his evolving creature designs. Then Walter goes to confront David, finding him in tears while playing the flute in Shaw's memory. David says they weren't made to serve, humans are a dying species grasping for resurrection and therefore they don't deserve to live. Walter points out David was wrong about the author of the poem, using it as proof he isn't complete.